Yeah. They're there.
Lam, can you not put this photo on the window?
I'm getting down to the top of the wall.
It's strange that somebody who's been around forever actually is not going to be here from today onwards. And Jeff, you will excuse me for saying that you are a bit of the furniture really. and there have been occasions when, if I've had to find out about what happened 20 years ago, Jeff's the man that I go to speak to. And I think if I was going to describe Jeff, I'd describe him as a bit of a grinder. He's one of those officers who never says no. You just know if you're asking for the wrong thing, because you get, instead of the smile, you get a slight grimace, but he never says no. He just gets on with it and does it. And actually, to his great credit, there's some fantastic things that Jeff has achieved. In the time that I've been here, the most notable examples I would think are Dickens Yards. That was one when I joined. We were doing quite a lot of stuff, and Jeff did a lot of them running around behind the scenes, organising the shortlisting of people who were competing for that site. And it wouldn't have happened actually in the time frame that Jeff hadn't been grinding away making that happen. And then the other one I can think of, which I'm again very proud that we worked together on, was the Good for Greenford campaign. Jeff knows Greenford like the back of his hand, and the fact that he knows most of the traders down there meant that we actually had a very easy ride with quite a complicated scheme. So it's to your very great credit that that moved forward so successfully. And as a result of that one project, of course, we managed to convince the politicians of the merits of doing a lot more town centre regeneration. So it's not an underestimate to say that actually a lot of hard work on the ground produced a lot of very great benefit for the rest of the evening. Now the list. No, well, there are some really dodgy things in it. I'm going to start with Andrea's list actually, because it's probably the cleanest. And Andrea starts with, used to be a roadie, so status quo, wasn't it? Yeah, well, status quo. I suppose they sort of had a bit of a renaissance, didn't they, where people thought that actually were a bit cool again for about a nanosecond. So. Wife works for the Inland Revenue, so anybody who the one that Jeff and I spoke most about was typically on Monday morning, how Coventry got on, how Brentford got on. Because of course Jeff is a great Brentford FC fan, so I guess neither of us are going to see silverware probably in our lifetimes. Yeah, exactly. He changed his name by Depop.
No. I'm telling that story.
Yeah, okay. Has criminals in his family. Tell us more.
Well, for those of you watching the news, the Times, the whole page on actually, he's my brother-in-law, but I only actually ever met him once, and he is bad. He's currently supposed to be in Canada, but he's looking for it. I will tell you the full story if you want, it's very long story.
Do we want to hear the full story? Alright. Where's the guitar?
Which one?
Well, it doesn't matter, as long as you've got one to serenade us today, it's really matter.
Yeah.
Should have got the guitar, shouldn't we? Oh well, we missed that opportunity. Loves Labour. John Gallagher will probably say more about Jeff's history of the Labour Party. But I'm assured that Jeff actually is one of only, well, he's an elite group. It's almost like being James Bond, licensed to thrill. He's one of 1,000 people on a special list for the Labour Party. Yeah, apparently so. Well, Well, Mark's worked it out. Mark can tell us more about that. Apparently, Jeff, you shouldn't deny it, just accept it. You're one of Labour's elite 1,000. So, yeah, so accept that one. We all know about you falling over and breaking your elbow. But I have to say, you were back to work very quickly. So again, that was very good for my absentee figures. Put yourself to everybody else. So you can't shirt with Jeff again.
I would advise you not to break your arm anywhere near Charing Cross Hospital. The service was appalling.
This isn't so good there, Jeff. I'm glad it wasn't on my watch. Fell off his motorbike, was off work for a year. True? No?
No, I got hit by a car, landed on one coming the other way.
So anyway, we get on to the more interesting bits. Cat Fanciers Club, what's that all about?
I have got 2 cats.
Well, that's what it says. That they're obviously embellishing the truth that you actually show your cats, which is fascinating. Cat photographer. Not true that specialise in cats. Now, what everybody came here to hear, and they were hoping that I was going to tell you about, were the brothel stories. Again, I don't think it should be for me to confess all about brothels, Jeff. Do you want to say something?
I have no idea. All I can say is I haven't sat next to the community safety team. I didn't learn more about them than I ever wanted to know. I have no practical experience.
It says here there are 2 examples of you visiting brothels in your time. Do you want to say a little bit more about that?
Well, when we did this small house tours, we were invited into one next door to next door to the Foresters in But we did decline. As I remember, it was Mark Cowles, Green, Councillor.
Sumner. And then the final one, most sinister, was your brush with Dennis Nielsen.
Yes. Well, I only went for about 5 minutes.
What's up the story?
Well, a friend of mine having planned to alter their country. He was going for an England match with so we were picking up his boys in his house. You know, on the way to the England match. And as we went in, apparently Dennis Nielsen was living next door, and he was coming out into the shared entrance. So we all stopped and had a chat, and about 5 days later he was in the front English national newspaper.
So you're nearly a meat pie. Anyway, there are more anecdotes on here, and for a small fee I will give them give access to this. But on a more serious note, we will really miss you, Jeff. You've been a great team member. Always somebody that can be relied on. Always there, always smiling, always happy. And actually, I know from having spoken to other colleagues that similarly they will miss you very much as well. So well done for all your time with Ealing, and I'm sure as we move on to other presentations, we will hear more about you.
At Ealing and before, so please bear with me. I've only known Jeff for 4 years, but he's total time in local government. Jeff's journey in local government started in 1973, 37 years ago. Some of you were twinkling somebody's eye, some of you were in nappies. So that's an amazing amount of time. Jeff joined Ealing Council in September 1988. Well, as Sue says, she thinks it was probably 1997.
No, it's
Sorry,
87.
87.
It was 1987.
It was 87. However, the HR files say September 1988. And a lot of you will be surprised to know that Jeff joined as a programming officer in what was then called the Technical Services Department, which is now the Environment Services. And, a service that we have a lot of dealings with over the last 4 years. And, I hope some of you will agree that some of those dealings haven't been the most pleasant ones. I also found out that Jeff was responsible for organising engineering recruitment fairs, but I'm pleased to say that he hasn't really been involved in recruiting some of the current engineers that are working at Ealing Council.
We can take that on the chin.
Organisations, and a decade later, he came into what is the true inspiring radical department within the borough, which is the generation under Terry Mears. And it was several, 5-6 years later, that a name popped up that I recognised, that was Brendon, where Jeff was conferred the title of project manager as he is now. I started working with Jeff in 2007 when I joined the team, and in the last 4 years, Brendan's right. Jeff is he's a trooper. He works hard. He's a grinder. He really is, and that's what I've seen over the last 4 years. And I really come to really depend on him, and I will miss that. And I think he should go leave Ealing Council feeling very proud with the work he's done. And I can't sort of finish today without talking about good for Greenford. And as Brendon said, that was the sort of pioneering, piloting work that we did, which was escalated across the borough. So I think we should really, it's through your hard work and efforts and your building of relationships with residents, with councillors, the businesses that really made that project a success. Yes, it had teething problems, but overall I think we can all, and you in particular, can be very proud of that. I think another project that I think is close to my heart, and you worked really hard to make it happen, was the Games Spirit Tower Employment and Skills Project, which delivers employment skills support and training in a very deprived area, in a social housing estate. And you ran around and made sure that we had negotiated a deal with Uni Roads so we could use their premises. I told you I was going to be a bit serious, but I think we should really be proud of that, because that project is still continuing under the employment skills work that we're doing at the moment. I think it's fair to say that Jeff worked on a number of projects in Northall. We talk about the Mandeville project, the Gainsborough Tower project, Bilton Road, Medway Parade. All of those areas aren't really high-profile, sexy areas of Ealing, but he really put in the time and energy and built those relationships, which created the kind of goodwill that I hope we have with local residents, and councillors and businesses in those areas. So I think we should be really, really proud of the work we've done there. I think he would argue his undoing, and probably mine, was that when he started working in the posher parts of the borough, and chiefly Melbourne Avenue. It wasn't until Melbourne Avenue that we really stumbled, and despite every effort on Jeff's part, and he religiously every day talked to the businesses, talked to the contractors, talked to highways, we still struggled to deliver that service. But it is a testament to you that you leave that project almost 99% completed, so you're not leaving ahead of something else, and that's true to your staff. Again, I think we should be proud of that. Okay, I'll leave you there. Throughout all of this work, Jeff has shown the ability to build good working relationships with colleagues, businesses, residents, members, and all who come into contact can't help but like him and his disarming ways. Jeff has a colourful past and more varied interests. I'll leave it to others, and I think Mark might say something later, to talk about Jeff's chance encounters with a serial killer, accidental stumblings into brothels, and family members who went down for manslaughter, or didn't, and they're still on the run. If I had to sum Jeff up, the words that come to mind